All content and material used in this video are for purposes of review and commentary under terms of fair use. Also, the following views expressed in this video are of personal opinion. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, and also spoilers. Well, that doesn't really matter. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to StormKing Final Impressions of Spring 2012 Animes. Let's skip all the formalities and head straight into and check out the final impressions of the animes I watched this past Spring 2012 season. First up on my list is Aquarion Evol. Now, overall, Aquarion Evol was a mediocre anime at best. I mean, it wasn't the most, over the top, dramatic. Well, it was pretty much over the top, but it wasn't the most profound and philosophical anime out there. I mean, it was mediocre at best. The animation was fine. It was very colorful, very, very vibrant. The voice acting was to the best it could be due to the colorful and awkward nature of the script. And the story was overall, again, mediocre and meh. But it did answer some questions that Sosei no Aquarion left off and didn't answer, and somehow they might have foreseen that, oh, we're getting a season 2 of Aquarion. But what really just made me facepalm the hardest overall was like when in the last episode when, Amato's just like, final fusion or something like that. It's like, I'm like, don't you dare say it! Sosei Gatai! No! Aquarion! No! Lemon! No! Why did you say it? No! Why? It was supposed to be a tongue-in-cheek thing! It was not. God damn it! Evil as love was supposed to be tongue-in-cheek! Why did you confirm it? But yeah, overall, Aquarion Evol, it was an amusing ride, but it was mediocre at best. Next up on my list is Fate Zero Second Season. Now, what can I say about Fate Zero Second Season? It's like epic, wrapped in awesome, covered in badass. It is that awesome of a series. Fate Zero, both 1 and 2, the entire anime series is the best Nasu-based anime ever. I mean, if Fate Hollow Ataraxia was to ever be animated, it has to follow the same standards and, epicness or awesomeness or quality that is Fate Zero. Now, for Fate Zero, the second season, like I said in the initial impressions, it did what, Fate Zero 1 did, but then after that break, it's just like, okay, what do people like about Fate Zero 1 and what people not like about Fate Zero 2? Okay! We're going to do that, and take the ideas and, opinions, and make Fate Zero Second Season even more awesome, which is what they did. Now, overall, there are some parts, that they could have extended, or they could have done more explanation to, but since there's only 24 episodes in total, well, you can't really, judge by that much, or, hanker on it that much. I mean, if we could have gotten 52 episodes, yeah! That would have more than explained all of the light novels and fully, animated everything that is to the light novels of Fate Zero. So overall, yes! Check out Fate Zero 1 and Fate Zero 2. Epic! Next up on my list is Haiyore Nyaruko-san. Now, I really enjoyed Haiyore Nyaruko-san because it was a sci-fi parody anime, but, it made itself different and stand out from the rest because, I don't know, for some reason, I love the whole, okay, we're going to take H.P. Lovecraft's works and meld it to our own kind of comedic style and just make it crazy. I mean, there's so many, I can probably tell that the author of Haiyore Nyaruko-san is a pro-serious Kamen Rider fan. I'm like, yes! I love Kamen Rider too! And yeah, I really enjoyed Haiyore Nyaruko-san. The animation was really cool. The voices and the characters were really enjoyable and really, really well done. The script and story was, except for the last episode because I didn't like the, the sort of, oh yeah, everything works out in the end kind of ending, when happy la-di-la-da-da-da kind of ending. But overall, I really, really liked it. And the music was really, really addicting. I mean, the whole bari-bari-u, yare-yare, nya, sekai wa dark, and then kokoro nuru-nuru, igyo no kamigami. I loved it. It was so amusing. So yes, I do recommend checking out Haiyore Nyaruko-san if you're into parody animes and you like sci-fi and you just love amped-up craziness. Next up on my list is Jormungand. Now, I really enjoyed Jormungand. At first, I was very, very skeptical of it, and I was just like, well, the animation sort of looks like Black Lagoon, and the premise is about, some kind of arms dealer, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden I watch it, and it's like, holy crap, this is really, really amusing and fun. And Jormungand has this really awesome, serious tone and setting, plus dark humor, comedy to it. And I was like, this is exactly, well, not exactly, but the formula and the feeling of it is almost exactly like Black Lagoon, except it's more humorous than Black Lagoon, while Black Lagoon is more serious, but overall they both equate to the same thing. And yeah, when it comes to Jormungand, I really enjoyed it. Shizuka Ito as Coco, man, she really hit that Coco persona really, really well. It was really well done. It was awesome. It was fun. And do I recommend watching Jormungand? Yes! If you liked Black Lagoon and you're one of the pro Black Lagoon fans, do check out Jormungand. Also, I do suggest you guys who are, who are turned off by it, to try it out. It's just like, for those of you thinking, I don't know, I do suggest checking it out. So yeah, Jormungand! Yes! Jormungand 2! There's a second season! Next up on my list is Kimi to Boku 2. And there's not much I can say for my final impressions to Kimi to Boku 2. It was exactly the same as Kimi to Boku 1, both feeling, progression, and overall story and plot. The voice acting was fine, it was the same, it was well done. The animation was very soft colors as usual with Kimi to Boku 1. If anything, I really liked how, I guess, the character interactions, especially when a certain character and a certain cafeteria worker sort of like have this, implied relationship or forthcoming relationship kind of thing. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, there's nothing much to Kimi to Boku 2 that I can say about. Other than, well, I guess the ending was abrupt, in a way, abrupt. I mean, it's sort of like I wanted more. The ending sort of, in a way, it felt like, oh yeah, there's not going to be any more Kimi to Boku. It was just like, oh yeah, we're going to end here, la-di-da, we're going to go about our days, the end. I'm like, I don't know, I'd actually prefer a more open end or something like that. So yeah, that's my opinion on Kimi to Boku 2. If you watched Kimi to Boku 1, I do suggest you watch Kimi to Boku 2 to finish it. Otherwise, for those of you who haven't watched Kimi to Boku, it's up to you if you want to watch it or not. It's fine, overall. Next up on my list is Kore wa Zombie Desu Ka of the Dead. Now, when it comes to Kore wa Zombie Desu Ka 2, it was awesome. It was epic. It was really, really enjoyable. I mean, after watching the first season, I was like, ah, no, I want a second season now. And then after watching the second season, I was like, yes, I got a second season. No, I want a third season. But yes, like I said in my initial impressions of Kore wa Zombie Desu Ka of the Dead, Kore wa Zombie Desu Ka took the whole, in-between break and figured out what people liked and disliked about Kore wa Zombie Desu Ka of the Dead, Kore wa Zombie Desu Ka, Season 1, and then we'll put it all into Season 2. And that's exactly what they did. Now, admittedly, there was not as much action as there was in Season 1 of Kore Zom, but for the lack of action, they made up for it with more comedic dialogue and situations. It was just a lot more hilarious, a lot more fun, and we got to hear more you! Yes! I love you! Like everyone else, everyone loves you. I love Haruna. and I love Sera. I love all the characters, including Aikawa. Oh, that guy doesn't get a break. But anyways, overall, if you haven't checked out Kore wa Zombie Desu Ka of the Dead or Kore wa Zombie Desu Ka, I do suggest you check out that and this one. For those of you who have not checked out anything at all to the Kore Zombie series, please watch it again. So yeah, I do suggest checking it out. Kore wa Zombie Desu Ka of the Dead. Next up on my list is Mouretsu Pirates, also known as Mouretsu Kaizoku. And overall, I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed Mouretsu Pirates. And, you know, admittedly, Mouretsu is not the most profound or thought-invigorating kind of anime. It's also not the most dramatic, but overall, it was admittedly a mediocre to a, you know, a moderate anime. But for some reason, it was a really, really well done, you know, mediocre anime. And because of that, I really enjoyed it. I mean, the voice acting was really well done. I especially really liked Kato Marika. I almost forgot her name for a second. And the story was not much, but the way that it progressed and the way that it was told is just like the everyday life of a pirate. You know, pirates aren't going to see action every day, right? The everyday life of a captain. What does it take to be a captain? So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed Mouretsu Pirates. I almost screwed up there. Mouretsu Kaizoku, also known as Mouretsu Pirates. Would I suggest checking it out? Yes. And for those of you who want to check it out, or, you know, because of me, are going to check it out, admittedly, it is going to be slow, but it takes some kind of build-up and takes some investment to really understand the charm and the interesting quirks to Mouretsu Kaizoku, or Mouretsu Kaizoku, also known as Mouretsu Pirates. Next on my list is Natsuiro Kiseki. Now, when it comes to Natsuiro Kiseki, I admittedly didn't like this anime too much. Admittedly, I didn't like it. Now, it was already a hit or miss anime in my initial impressions, or before I even viewed it. But, yeah, it was a miss anime, and a good number of people will agree with me that it is a miss anime. I mean, there are some people that like it, but overall, what did I not like about Natsuiro Kiseki? The best things that I can identify was that the slice of life wasn't really well done. It was just like, it felt forced. It felt like a forced slice of life. And the drama as well also felt forced. You know, when the girls get in conflict with one another, then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, yeah, drama. It felt forced to me, and it was just like, it was the anime trying to get the viewer's attention and trying to get the viewer to care. And overall, I was like, this anime is not cutting it for me. So, yeah, it was cool that Natsuiro Kiseki was voiced by the people from Sphere, and, you know, that was really, really cool. But overall, as an anime, it was a miss. So, I don't recommend it, but if you want to experiment and try, go right ahead! So yeah, Natsuiro Kiseki. I didn't like it at all, actually. Next up on my list is Nazo no Kanajo X. Now, when it comes to Nazo no Kanajo X, overall, aesthetically, and the anime itself was very well done. It fell between, if I can recall correctly, volumes 1 to 5, and on its last episode, it ended in its own way. And I'd like to comment on the last episode. It ended in a really, really well done way. It was nothing abrupt, like, oh, everything's gonna be fine, happy-go-lucky kind of thing. But it did end that way, but it presented in a way it's like, yeah, we might have some troubles along the way, but, you know, we'll still have each other and we're still gonna be good. I was like, huh, this is actually quite well done last episode, you know, despite the fact that it might never get a second season or anything. But yes, overall, it was well done. But, admittedly, for Nazo no Kanajo X, despite the fact that I actually enjoyed it, from an animating perspective, it's just like, maybe this should have just stayed as a manga, and we should have just read the manga, because there's some kind of, some interesting kind of fetishes going on around here, huh? Would you agree? No? Okay. But yeah, overall, would I recommend Nazo no Kanajo X? Yes and no in a way. Yes, if you've read the manga, you should check out the anime, and yes, if you're curious, No, but you should also check out and read the manga instead, because it's the manga. I think you might enjoy the manga more. Who knows? Nazo no Kanajo X. Next up, Sankarea. Now, when it comes to Sankarea, the manga to anime adaptation was quite well done, you know, except for the 12th episode, which I'll comment later. But yeah, the voice acting to Sankarea was really well done. I find that the voices were really well picked and matched what the characters were. The story, well, if you know Sankarea, yeah, it was Zombie Girl, awesome, and then trying to make Zombie Girl happy. Anyways, but overall, presentation-wise, animation-wise, for Sankarea, I really enjoyed it. And I do suggest checking it out for those who read the manga and are questioning the anime. And for those of you who are interested in watching the anime, I do suggest you check out the anime and then read the manga. Because, of course, the manga goes a way further. And, you know, yeah, it develops the story a lot more. But to comment on the 12th episode, I'm just like, this is the last episode. Okay, last episode. Zombie Girl on top of you with blood running down her mouth. I'm like, just had to end it that way, didn't you? Just had to end in some kind of, you know, unknown way, you know, unknown future. And I was just like, okay, that's fine. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed Sankarea. I do suggest checking out the anime, but then after you check out the anime, do check out the manga. Sankarea. Next up on my list is Shining Hearts Shiawase no Pang. Now, my overall final impressions and final thoughts on Shining Hearts Shiawase no Pang is that after I watched it, it's like, oh yeah, 12 episodes. I finished it, I'm like, does anyone here have a spare PSP and a spare, you know, UMD of Shining Hearts? Because I really want to play that game now. Anyone? No? Oh, okay. So yeah, after watching Shiawase no Pang, I was like, damn! I want to play Shining Hearts now. Now, when it comes to Shining Hearts Shiawase no Pang, it was a very loose telling of Shining Hearts. It was more slice of life with action, with very little action, and I anticipated that was going to be very little action. Presentation-wise, the art was awesome. You know, because it's Tony Taka, and I love art by Tony Taka. And the voice acting was really awesome. They had all the voice actors that voice acted in Shining Hearts come back for Shiawase no Pang. And yeah, overall, admittedly, Shiawase no Pang is a mediocre anime at most and at best. But I did enjoy it because it made me want to play Shining Hearts. And I was like, oh, okay. So would I suggest Shining Hearts Shiawase no Pang? If you want to kick back at times anime, sure, why not? Check it out. Shining Hearts Shiawase no Pang. Next up on my list is Tasogare Otome Amnesia. Now, I really enjoyed Tasogare Otome Amnesia, except for the last episode, but more on that later. But overall, it was a really well done anime. You know, the animation was done by Silverlink, and they really outdid themselves for Tasogare Otome Amnesia. It was very breathtaking colors and very good kind of like contrast. The voice acting was really well done, but the star who took the show away was none other than Kanoe Yuko, voiced by Harayumi, who also voices Shijo Takane in The Idol Master. But, you know, even though Yuko is the star of the show, Harayumi did a fantastic job in voicing her. You know, she is the very essence of Tasogare Otome Amnesia. The music was very well done. I really liked the opening, and I really liked it was a dark, high energy opening, while the ending was very melancholic and very slow, but very matching and fitting. So, overall, I do suggest you check out Tasogare Otome Amnesia, but once you hit the 12th episode and you find out, you know, why I don't like the 12th episode, do check out the manga. Use the anime as a means of introducing you to the manga. So yes, do check out Tasogare Otome Amnesia. And last up on my list is Upotte. Now, when it came to Upotte, I didn't enjoy it as much as others. There's a lot of people that I know that really enjoyed Upotte. I don't know, the fact that it's not that I didn't mind the anthropomorphized, you know, guns, you know, being the girls themselves. It's just like overall the comedy wasn't really, you know, hitting it for me. And the same goes for Upotte the manga. The comedy doesn't really hit well with me. I'm like, I understand what you're trying to do, but, you know, the comedy overall is just, it's a miss for me. The voice acting was as best as it could be for the, you know, for the script. You know, it was well done for the script. It was very high energy. The music was, I can't really comment on it. It's just like, eh. But yeah, overall, when it comes to Upotte, I guess if you're interested in anthropomorphized or you know, guns and are a gun otaku, I guess you would like this anime. Again, it was a miss for me, but if you're interested in checking out and curious, you know, feel free and do so. Overall, yeah, Upotte, I can't say much to it. I can't really knock it, and you know, because there are other people that enjoy it, and there's just some stuff that wasn't catching on for me overall. So yeah, when it comes to Upotte, it's your choice. So that's it for my final impressions of Spring 2012 animes. Overall, yeah, the Spring 2012 animes were enjoyable. I mean, there are a couple of good ones that I really liked, and then the rest of it was just like, man, not really. But spring is usually the season where, you know, it's a lot about experimenting and bringing in new things and trying out new things. You know, a lot of the new kind of animes, new concept animes are brought into spring. So overall, yeah, I enjoyed Spring 2012. So this is StormKing with the Spring 2012 final impressions, telling you to read some manga, watch some anime, and I'll see you in the next video.